I think just looking at what is necessary from like a policy perspective, a fiscal perspective in the future, it seems like we need to cut spending by making spending at least like more efficient, but also by raising taxes. And it feels like that platform of let's raise taxes and cut spending is historically very unpopular.
Yeah.
But we're getting further and further along into a place where that's necessary and someone kind of needs to be the guy and presumably will not be liked for it. And I'm wondering if that, since that does seem necessary, I'm wondering if you agree with that to begin with, but also if that's like a politically tenable platform for anyone to even have in the future.
Yeah, I think it's a fair question. I think it's pretty obviously true, though, that we need to have more and better sources of revenue, and we need to be more efficient with our spending. Like I think most people just accept that that's true. And again, having cut my teeth as a mayor, where there's no Federal Reserve for the city of South Bend. Like we did our budget in cash, right? And we could only borrow so much, and we couldn't print money. And so if I want to do more of this, I had to do less of that, or we had to ask the taxpayer. I think we've really drifted away from that in terms of our national policy.
Because that forces you to make the hard choices you have to make, right?
Right, which is the last thing that any political body is going to have a hard time with that. But for reasons we just went over, like we're especially hard pressed to do it right in today's currently.
Did you guys consider in South Bend just using the tariff money?
Yeah, I just saw new numbers on the tariff money. The average household now has paid about an extra $1,000 last year alone, and that's set to go up this year from the tariffs. So this idea that this is just some abstract economic thing, like this is hitting a lot of families that can't afford an extra $1,000 right now, and it's not exactly helping our trade balances. So even on its face in terms of what it was supposed to do, it has not led to an improvement in manufacturing. China actually just had their biggest year of trade surplus ever. Right, it's just not even working. And coming back to the spending side, this is why part of why the whole Doge thing kind of breaks my brain is that we really do need work on government efficiency. If we had had an actual serious effort to have a Department of Government Efficiency versus the one we got, I really think it would have found some things that we could do differently and better. But instead what they did was, first of all, they made a bunch up. I mean, if you look at the numbers, journalists went back to look at some of the savings they claimed, and it turned out a little bit wrong. There's one case where they just, I can't believe this actually happened. They said billion instead of million and just overstated their savings by a factor of 1,000. This literally happened. I'm not making this up.
We all make mistakes.
Who among us hasn't accidentally fired the people in charge of nuclear weapons safety?